Hello, homies. It is super late. We just got back in from Houston. That's my dinner and hand sanitizer because I'm on chemo. Here's my pump. Here it is running up me and into my arm. So that's super fun. Today I've logged like 24 hours of chemo now. So they did 1 hour infusion and then another hour infusion and then a 96-hour infusion on a pump in this fanny pack. I think I explained that, so I won't go too far into detail, but as far as my feelings, last night was not too fun. I felt the effects of the chemo pretty heavy. Felt like what people describe as hot flashes. So that was not fun at all. I thought I was going to vomit many times, and then it would just rapidly go away, and I felt great. And we'd watch more TV, and then it'd come on again for another 5 minutes. Never got to the point of vomiting, still haven't. But today we drove home. God, today was the worst. So we were supposed to be back last night. The appointment ran so late that we were like, let's just spend another night in our hotel room, and we'll leave out in the morning. And they told us, well, you need your supplies to be flushing this catheter, this PICC line out, and all kinds of other stuff. And you have to go do a class and prove that you can do it in a sanitary way. And we're like, dang it. So we went and did that today. It was supposed to be like a 30-minute class. It took all day. It was a 4-hour wait for things, and then it was guys that took all day. Then we had a 4-hour drive home too. So anyways, we're home. But I figured if I didn't start this video now, we're not gonna get it done because it's 9 p.m. now. Jackie loves our babies, missed our babies. I do too, but she had to go tell them night-night. Ellie was awake when we got home, but she also went and hugged baby boy, who's laying back down. But Ellie is throwing a fit, does not want to stay in her bed, so Jackie's dealing with that. So I thought I could probably go ahead and get started on some of your Q&A questions, since a lot of them were directed towards me specifically, or like me and Matt, which Jackie's not going to have fun talking about that. But I've got my laptop set up here, so I'm just going to kind of go through them a little bit. Corazon Tejano, that means the Texas heart. He is a Texas heart, un corazón tejano. He was asking about Spanish words because Matt speaks Spanish a little bit. We both just speak Spanish a little bit. We were raised in San Antonio area. Half our friends are white, half our friends are brown, and that's just how it was. Half the people speak Spanish here. It's a really good language to know here. You can get a good job if you know how to speak Spanish fluently. It's just how it is in this area, in the San Antonio area. There's a lot of Mexican influence, and therefore that language is pretty dominant here. English and Spanish are great languages to know in this area. Just curious, what does Drew do when he's not YouTubing? That's all Drew does is YouTubing. I started this video. Yeah, I figured you're dealing with Ellie Belly being a little toot. Drew only YouTubes because that's what he loves to do, and that's how he makes money. Mark Roper, that's the other Mark. He loves talking about us being Marks. What is the funniest thing that Mark has done to make you laugh hysterically? Oh, so today I actually laughed at her laughter on if y'all saw my Instagram video of us riding on the trolley down the hospital. It's a skywalk or skybridge. It's skybridge is what they call it. I can hear Jackie in the kitchen getting her wine for Wine Wednesday. Atta girl. But she laughed really hard at that today. I don't know, she laughs really hard at a lot of things. Oh, I told a story. Okay, this is the answer. I told a story today about how Matt and I came out one day to get in his old 72 Chevy pickup. We were going to high school together. I was a sophomore and he was a senior.
In the beginning about how it was just...
It had a little short in the horn. Yeah. This is the funniest part. If I spend this much time on all these, we're not going to bed tonight. So basically, Matt had a truck that would honk randomly when you turn and the horn would honk. I don't know.
Hi.
And then it got so bad that it just would stay on. And so you'd have to just drive through town with the horn honking. And then we had to tear the steering wheel apart and figure it out. Yeah. Jackie's here. Wine Wednesday. So next one. Watch my channel Mets for a while.
Where are you at?
The red one. Trex Dear James. Favorite muscle car and why? I had a 70 Chevelle. I think that's my favorite muscle car, but I hated owning one. They're just too big, and they're too big. They're not nimble enough. Yep.
What did your family think when you
Family
started?
hated when I got tattoos. They were interested, but I remember showing Dad, and I was like, "See, oh, one of y'all asked me to explain my tattoos. Also, there's nothing to explain. I like mechanics, and I liked tattoos, and I saw some cool biomechanical tattoos, and so I got that style tattoo. There's a few things that like resemble things in my life, but that's not why I got it. I just told my artist like, "Hey, draw me up something like this," and he did, and I was like, cool, I like it. The only thing I really customized was I put the big C up here for our last name.
And Cummins.
And it's in the font of a Cummins C. And Jackie just has flowers all over because she's pretty.
Yeah, I was the first one with
That's true. She
a
had
bunch of tattoos,
a couple tattoos,
which I think both of our families were less than impressed with. But
put this right shoulder.
I had them first, and then they spread to Mark.
Because she's trashy. They didn't spread. That'd be weird.
They spread like a virus, like a bacteria.
We don't have to talk about any disease right now.
I'm just kidding. No, Mark liked mine a lot, so he eventually started
I always wanted
getting his
tattoos,
own.
and I was always just thinking, like, I will not get a tattoo until I know what I want to
This
get.
is not a good angle at all. I look buff, though. Look how
Yeah,
buff
look
I
how
look.
buff you look. You look almost as buff as me. I'm so buff. No, Matt and Dad don't have tattoos. Nobody else in my family has tattoos. Thank you for your prayers. How many siblings? So there's Matt, me, Allie, and then Drew. And Jackie has a little brother. Favorite rifle caliber? That's easy.
22.
22 long rifle. I love it. It started because it's really inexpensive, but I'll spend a lot of time on this one because it's David Silney. That's one of my boys. Our OG homies.
We love you, David.
So he's one of our greatest reliable
Yes.
moderators. So 22 is inexpensive. That's why I started loving it, but also it's simple. You know that you're not. I don't know.
Terrible camera angle.
It is pretty bad.
It's really bad.
You can lean way back. I don't know. You can hold it the whole
this is
time.
like
I'm not gonna do that.
This is a terrible camera angle.
Oh well.
Just get
22's
down like
best.
this.
I'll just
Is
show
that-
it. Arm wrestling contest. Which character wins it? You kidding? Matt. Matt's the
Of
only one that
course,
works out.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're all lazy. Okay. Q&A. I did not get a degree from A&M. I am a stay-at-home dad, but I've worked for computer repair and auction career and at a prison as a corrections officer. God, this camera angle is so bad. Why did you set it up there?
It's so bad. Not flattering at all.
We can tilt it up a little more so that we can.
No,
Is that better?
I think that's gonna make it worse.
Okay.
Yeah, that's worse.
You fix it. Stay hopeful and determined. Will do. When they found out I had cancer, everybody reacted differently.
Yeah.
What are you possibly doing?
I was just trying to make it up a little bit more to help.
We can figure something out. We have a box. Put it on the box.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. I guess I'm just.
It doesn't at all.
Yeah, it doesn't.
These guys will deal with whatever camera angle we put up. And they'll probably complain about it. And tomorrow we'll read and you'll be like, I was right. And I'll be like, whatever. Okay. When they found out I had cancer, it's not the dumbest question for sure. Because it's an interesting thing. Like, this whole journey is interesting. Is it scary? Yes. Is it crappy? Yeah. But is it, I find myself often going kind of excited for tomorrow's appointment because I know nothing about this type of science and it's going to be interesting. We're going to learn something. And I don't know. So everybody was scared, worried, whatever, hopeful, and we are still all that. So we're in the middle of kind of a transitional stage here, hopefully. Which wine is best? You should answer that.
What have we been buying the most?
Well,
of
you should
lately?
probably just say Pinot Noir is what we like.
Yeah, we like Pinot Noir. We've been buying. What have we been buying the most of? Been buying Esser from HEB. Is probably our favorite right now.
And it's cost effective too.
Yeah, it's probably like the go-to everyday good pick for
Every
wine.
day is correct.
Yeah.
Okay, another tattoos one. Oh wait, I skipped one. We are very cute together. Thank you.
He's cuter than me.
Matt and I have pretty much always gotten along.
How much do you like working for him? Matt and I actually own our clinic together.
Boom. And thank you for the last comment about positive vibes and inspiring. Somebody asked a question later. We'll get to it, but I'll just say it now. Somebody said, "What's the worst like fight you've had with your brother or something?" We've never really like fought, but one thing that I remember is I have punched Matt in the face one time, and it was because of something terrible. He did something so bad to me. He tickled me.
Fun fact, Mark hates being tickled.
I hate it. I would rather you punch me in the face.
When Mark pisses me off, I tickle him.
That is correct. She will like give me a little pinchy, and I'm just like, we're not gonna be friends for 5 days after this. So yeah, Matt was tickling me, and I was like, please stop. He kept tickling. I was like, stop now. I was like, please stop tickling me. I hate it. I was like probably crying by this point. He just kept tickling me. So I hit him in his face, and I got in trouble. Yeah. Anyways, well, we've never really fought. We've been fine for the most part. Are you going to open a Discord? Nope. Oh man, that is something that we would have done definitely if we kept the projects going. I don't know what this channel is going to turn into. I don't know if what life holds now, so it's definitely all up in the air. But I was pretty confident on doing that if we were going to be able to continue the projects and the live streams and keep all y'all. I don't know. It would be really cool. However, now that we've hit 10,000 subscribers, it would probably be a mess. Back in the day with like my 20 OGs, that was a perfect time to have a Discord where everybody can chat with headsets. So I would bet probably not, just because I don't know where the channel's going and it's bigger now. We missed our golden opportunity. Where's my wife from? Spain.
That is not. I was born in Spain, but that's just because my parents were military. I grew up in San Antonio.
I like saying it though.
It does not make me special.
And
do not know Spanish.
We talked about Spanish a second ago. She knows more Spanish than me. Well, more formal Spanish. I know all the slang prison Spanish.
I did good in school.
That's true. It's because you're a nerd. Not because you're from Spain. Sorry for eating on camera, but I'm going to do it.
It was either that or this video wasn't going to happen. Why does it look like...
What?
Nothing.
It's also really dark. I can turn my brightness up. Maybe that will help.
I think it's just dark because it's making me look like I'm a raccoon, and I don't like that. But that's also me being vain.
I almost stopped the video then, too, by accident.
Yeah,
see, that's way better.
That doesn't really help.
I said it's way better. You said it doesn't help.
But that's probably just because
I wonder
I'm really
if it's because you're tired. We also don't have the light on in front of us. That would help a lot. You should go turn that on. I have cancer, so I can't get up.
Wow.
Playing that C card. That's way better. They are going to definitely appreciate this if they stay 13 minutes into this video. This is going to be an hour-long video.
Oh, we should have done this to begin with. That helps a lot.
Yeah, I told you.
It makes me not look so
Alright,
awful.
tattoos. Okay, where's your wife from? I can't even read this one because it's so far away from my face.
The question on it is...
I want to make the text bigger.
Who can shoot the furthest and hit the bullseye? Probably Matt. Matt does the most shooting.
Yeah, it's got to be Matt. However, Dad's just a great shot. Old men are more calm, and they had less precise rifles back in the day, so they had to really get good at shooting and really get to know their rifles and buy high-end rifles to begin with, and then put money into gunsmithing them to make them work well, like all of our production rifles do these days. And you can still spend more money and make today's guns better, but I don't know, old men just, they know how to shoot. So I would say it's between Matt and Dad. Now you can get into pistols, rifles, and differences there too, and we would have different stuff. I don't know, Drew's a good shot too though. Drew's a really good shot. He outshot me last time we had our Demolition Ranch rifles up. I love these videos, you guys. Look forward to seeing them. My question is, what pets do you have? We have one kitty cat with 3 legs. Jackie's gonna go get him. We don't own or ride horses. Funny story about the prison. I tried to be a corrections officer on horseback for the field squad, and I failed one part of that test, which was riding horses. I just realized I'm going to be looking up the whole time with this video. I apologize, but I'm reading things off the laptop. Here comes a 3-legged kitty cat. He's only got 3 legs, and he's a kitty cat.
Oh, my little...
Look right here. Say hello.
Meow. Meow.
That's our little.
This is little. He's missing something there.
And he's missing some brain cells.
And also that he's not very smart, but he's so sweet.
Okay.
Oh my little.
Prayers flooding our way. That's what we like to hear. Jackie's name is, she's a Jacqueline, but it's Jaci when you abbreviate it. She's a weirdo. She got called out on it today.
I didn't choose my mom wanted to, like, I don't know, it happened when I was really young. I didn't pick it. It's phonetically incorrect and inconvenient. But it is what it is.
Another, what kind of wine do you prefer?
Pinot Noir, all the way.
An open bottle. That's what she prefers.
An open Pinot Noir.
An open Mark, hang in there. I can get through this. Prayer sent. Thanks, guy. I know it isn't in question, but I look so much like Matt. People, actually, Dad said when I had the full beard that he would turn around and be like, "Oh, I thought you were the other one." But if you see us,
you guys confused a couple times too.
If you see us in person, though, Matt is a much bigger man. He weighs 185. I weigh 170 right now, but I don't work out at all. I am a very active person, but Matt puts on
same look,
muscle.
different sizes.
Yeah. Yep.
How long have you been into diesels, and why no 12 valve?
12 valves they're old news. They're good. They're sturdy. They're popular for a reason, but my common rail is amazing. I really like it. How long I've been into diesels? I had an '01 Dodge right before we met. After we met.
Yeah.
But it was
you had the Chevy when we met.
It was about a decade ago. No nausea right now, by the way.
Yeah.
Feel good. Probably just need to eat and get out of the car. I just love diesels. They're cool. The reason I got into them is I was like, you don't have to have a spark plug on your diesel, and you can just crank up the tuner on them and make a bunch of power because it won't foul out spark plugs. That's amazing. And then I learned more and more cool things about them, and they're great. They have after now owning one forever, I'm like, they're just as great as gas engines. Today's gas engines are great, but diesels are cool. They're just different. 12 valve, I don't know. 12 valves are simple. I will say that they're cool for that reason, but I'm making over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque right now out of my common rail, and 12 valves struggle at that range. What made me decide to go back to church and get baptized? That's a good story. So the last decade, I think, we haven't been to church at all until a year ago. And
back here,
we went like every now and again, like when a family member was ill, or when we felt really guilty, or when we just felt like we needed to go, but we didn't go for the right reasons. And I would say for that last decade, I wanted to be baptized, but I wasn't ready. And all of my life, I can remember thinking, I want to be baptized because all my friends are baptized, and I'm not ready yet, or the opportunity is not here. And so when we started going back to church, we got so well educated in the definition of baptism and the reason for baptism that I was like, it's not that I'm not ready, it's that I didn't know what it was. And so I told my dad, I was like, I think I want to be baptized. He was like, cool, I think I do too. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, would you be opposed to me being baptized with you? I was like, not at all. I mean, I had told a friend this story, and he was like, that's amazing that you brought in your family members into baptism. Like, that's your celebration of Jesus, and it's you saying that you accept Jesus as your Savior, and that's the best thing I can think of doing. So he was like, you also had your dad do that. And then also Matt, I talked to Meredith when she was over here talking with Jackie one day when we were first finding out about my health stuff, and I was like, yeah, I kind of think I want to do this, and Dad says he does too. And I was like, do you think Matt would be interested? And she was like, I think he's been talking about wanting to be, but I don't know. And so about an hour later, I got a text from Matt saying, I want to get baptized with you. And I said, great. And then so, yeah, when I approached our pastor about it, who's a really good friend of ours now, I was just like, I think we all want to be baptized. And he goes, great. And I thought that was a really funny reaction. So
I think the reason we started going was, well, we had wanted to go, but I don't know. I give all that credit to Meredith. She's
for getting us to go to church.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to do family things too when we moved back to Bernie, and that was one of the things that we've wanted a reason to go to church. And Matt and Mary go to this church.
We've been missing church, but Mary was probably the biggest.
Yep.
Help there. I don't know if you guys know Meredith, but
She's pretty neat.
She's pretty awesome.
If there was such thing as time travel, what part of your life would you revisit and why? I felt like not answering this question because life, I know I have cancer, but life is good right now. Like it's better than it has ever been. And so I would not rather be at another time than right now, but we had a lot of fun times. Like it was fun. Low battery. Oh, do you know where my battery is?
My plug is right here.
Oh, that'll work too. It's probably long enough. So, having kids is awesome, but not having kids is very free, and you can do whatever you want. So that was pretty fun. Like it'd be nice to take a day trip with no kids and not worry about anything, not worrying about who to be fed or bathed or I don't know, like keep things alive all day long. You just kind of do whatever you want. I don't know. Everything has been we've always done what we wanted to do. So all of our lives have been really fun. Like even before I met Jack, I was having fun in high school with my buddies, riding dirt bikes and things. But I don't know. Life's really good right now. He's trying to eat the cord that you just brought over here.
It's nice of him.
Okay, this is the this is the one we couldn't read earlier. Those mustaches. Do you want to pick Revolver and listen to Magnum PI theme? No kidding, good that you feel good. I'm assuming that this means the mustache that I had, does it make you want to pick up a revolver and listen to a Magnum PI theme song? And then also he's saying good job being in good health and feeling happy and good. I think that's what he's saying. I don't know what Magnum PI is. I think it's a cop show from the 80s. I was born in the 80s. I don't know. So I can't answer your question, but I appreciate your comment and probably watching this and being mad now. I'm sorry. I almost replied to this earlier and then I decided no, I'll talk about it later. Furious Pete, we're gonna do some things pretty soon. We're thinking about some t-shirts, but we don't know what we want to do.
You didn't say what the question was.
Why has Matt not shouted out my cancer thing? And Dad has, and that's probably why you're asking because Dad's talked about it. But I talked to Matt about it, and I was like, as soon as we find out what everything's going to cost and everything, then maybe we can shout it out and do a fundraiser for me and stuff like that. And then we realize now that we're never going to know what it's going to cost until it's
done.
over, and we just look back at how much we paid incrementally. Is that even a word? Incrementally. I bet it is a word.
They're gonna pay you.
Y'all look it up.
No.
Look it up.
I don't.
Say Jackie's right or Mark's right. That's the only comments I want on this video.
If you ever want Mark to make a video again, just say that I'm right. Okay. Happy wife, happy life.
Jackie's right.
There you go. You can be right or you can be happy.
And yeah, Furious Pete. I don't know, we talked about him a little bit, but I don't know. That's up to them, too, if they want to be part of it. But yeah, Fierce Pete did have cancer. That was, and I think a few times. It's a crazy thing. Life is nuts. What were you and Matt like as kids? We were just kids. That's all we were. We got in trouble. We played video games. We played in the woods. Yes, we got along very well.
How's it working with Matt at the clinic?
Matt loves doing what he does instead of working at the clinic.
Yeah, Matt and I own our clinic together, but Matt doesn't really. He doesn't see. Well, I
think if he had more time, he wouldn't mind it, being there more often. But he has so little time because of his main business, which is YouTube.
Yeah, he doesn't see clients unless we're in a pinch and me and Kelsey can't be there for some reason, but mostly he doesn't. He goes in and does vet ranch every once in a while, but mostly I run it.
Yeah.
So we don't work a whole lot side by side.
HBIC, can't say what that stands for.
But
look it up.
I really enjoy being partners with Matt though, so that's smart. Matt and I work very well.
And she really enjoys
in that sense.
working side by side with Kelsey because Kelsey's amazing.
To say the least.
Yep. And she's cute. I don't make any leather goods anymore. Not for any reason. I actually need to make a knife sheath.
He just hasn't had a leather project that he's wanted to do recently. We've had 100,000 other projects lined up.
I have a million of all kinds of material projects, metal, wood, but yeah, time. I did think about if I'm going to be laid up in bed, which I don't know if I'm going to be or not, but might be at least quarantined to this room for a while. So I might start a project that can be done in this room, which leather is up that alley. I need to make a sheath for one of my knives. My buddy Davis made me a homemade knife. He's starting in the knife making. So if y'all want one, hit him up on Facebook. I mean, Instagram. Davis.Nick, I think. I don't know.
That's not helpful if you don't know.
If you don't know what?
You said you think you don't know what it is.
It's Davis.Nick.
Okay. There we go. You sounded uncertain.
I'm friends with him. I follow him, so look it up. He makes knives. Do
you follow him? I thought you only followed family.
He's family. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't love him anymore.
Oh.
I don't know. I do follow very few people. Like, I go through and I'm just like, why am I following this person? And all the time. I try to follow nobody. Okay. Amazing attitude. Thanks. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We haven't had the conversation with our kids at all. Ellie's 3. That's just...
No,
she won't understand. She knows... Well, that's true. She does.
We say, we're taking Daddy to the doctor because Daddy's sick.
Because we always have to take the kids to the doctor for being sick.
That's the extent of what she can understand. As far as, like, Matt and Mary's kids and stuff like that, we leave that up to Matt and Mary, so I don't know if they have any idea or not.
Yep. No, you love creating vehicles and modifying. Is there a project you've always wanted to do but never had the chance? I think I would have loved to make my Chevelle like pro street type car, like up the brakes, up the suspension, and probably the best part about that car was the engine and transmission and the body. The body looks great, but it was just like driving a boat. It was so mushy.
Why is he so cute?
I think only like 1 or 2 of the brakes worked. Maybe the front right was the only one that worked. I don't remember. But it was not a fast car. It was kind of fast, but can't drive it fast if it's all mushy. So putting like an LSX, LS7, something like that, and a 6-speed, and then doing all Willwood brakes, that'd be awesome. And then just up the suspension and drop the thing to the ground. That would have been sweet. Otherwise, my truck is the one that my current vehicle is the one that I always wanted to build. It's a monster and a daily driver, which it's really hard to get those two in the same vehicle. Jackie probably doesn't want me to talk about vehicles anymore. This was a cool comment that I liked. 618 views and not 1 dislike, which it's probably over 1,000 views now. But yeah, these videos have been doing really well, so I'm glad y'all are liking them. We're gonna do them if y'all like to see them. I definitely just want to record this whole medical journey because maybe one day I'll look back and go, I want to see that again. Maybe not.
Or maybe you can help somebody else.
Yeah, that's very true too. As many other people with cancer have been helping me already, which is awesome. How do you stay so positive? There you go. That's the answer. Yep. Love Wine Wednesday question. I'm so bad at reading. You're probably already done.
Yeah.
Mom just doesn't want to do YouTube. That's all.
She likes to be behind the camera. Like, she loves to take pictures and take videos. She likes to be the photographer.
Yeah.
More than
she likes watching it all go down.
Yeah, she does.
We are not planning on having any more kids, nor were we before cancer. I got snipped. Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
No, just once. Just one time.
Just one time.
Yeah, if you want to snap, not happening.
One and done.
Yep. Dad taught me about mechanics.
You didn't read the question at all.
Oh, sorry.
How did you gain the extensive knowledge you have on building and repairing things? Did somebody teach you?
Yep.
Essentially.
I've always fiddled with things, but also Dad's always had a good knowledge on mechanics, and like he does all of his repairs. It stems from being cheap. I am cheap in the same way that my dad is and also not trusting other people to do your work for you. So it costs less money to do the job right, is what Dad taught me how to do. And so we learned cars, and we learned plumbing, and we learned some electrical, and we learned woodworking and things like that. All the basics Dad taught us. It is sticky there. How did you see that? Is it glistening?
A little bit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that bothered me when my jacket was on in the truck. But this is, why are you doing that? But then after Dad taught us all the basics, we all went our different routes in life, and I just kept following project building. And like, I think I know more about a lot of things than Dad does now. But Dad also, like, he knows a lot about guitar amplifiers that I have no interest in, and I just never care to learn how to build one or modify one or anything. But I don't know. Everybody's different, but he taught me the basics.
And also, Mark just messes with things endlessly.
Fiddle is,
like,
yeah. Like, if they had fidget spinners when I was a kid, I would hoard them.
He just messes with things endlessly.
Yeah, like my wife, I just keep messing with her.
Endlessly.
Okay, 2 parts. As a creator, what do you feel is your greatest accomplishment? So I'm assuming you mean as
far as projects go.
Yeah.
What
Was the biggest challenge? Okay, I actually read this earlier, and I think that I have an answer. So, the biggest challenge, staying motivated.
There's no problem with staying motivated. I mean...
Not for building, but staying motivated and making the videos of it is really hard.
Oh, yeah. The more practical things are, the more motivated you are to be able to try to teach other people how you made them.
Yeah, I think our greatest accomplishment, I'll answer twice. So, the bookshelves
Our built-ins
are awesome. But how cool did making Tina's headboard feel?
Yeah, I
that
really
one
liked
was
that
that
a
was
lot.
a big, like, that was materials that cost this thing cost us like $1,000. These built-in shelves. Tina's headboard cost us no money, and it was for a person that needed what we made them, and she cried when we gave it to her. That was killer. I don't know. I'm still on 2, but that's 2 things. There's a lot of things in 2.
Yeah.
But she was very, very appreciative, and that warmed our hearts. Like, we knew she'd love it. She's that kind of person. Like,
that was the best feeling project.
We knew she'd be real happy. We knew she'd say thank you, and she would mean every word that she said. But when she cried, and like, she couldn't stop thanking us, and that we wish we could have done more after that, just because of how happy we saw we made her. So that was probably our biggest accomplishment as far as doing things for others, but doing things for ourselves was built-ins. Yeah. This guy put all of his into one, but his last one's a really funny joke. What did I go to college for? I went for agriculture because I really just went for women and beer, and agriculture is the easiest major in A&M, and I never graduated because a lot of people ask later if you ever graduated, and we don't have to talk about how close I was to graduating or if I'm ever going to graduate. Do you have a favorite YouTube channel that you... So, Cars and Cameras. It started off as Cars and Cameras, which obviously the name, but they just do go-kart stuff now, and they try to get back to their car stuff, but their car stuff does not interest me. I love their go-kart stuff. It is so cool. And
as far as building things, you used to watch DeResta a lot.
Jimmy DeResta has a really cool channel. I haven't seen him in years. He's still making stuff, I'm sure, but he was one of the first people for me to hear the word maker and to call himself a maker. And he lives in New York, and there's evidently, like, nobody has their own garage with all their tools. They go rent a space. They'll go to a warehouse, and that somebody owns this warehouse, and you pay like an admission, and then you go use all their tools. How cool is that? For people that can't afford a $1,000 drill press and $1,000 this and that, and a welder and a grinder and a chop saw and all the blades and bits, and it's genius. It's genius. Now, if people were coming and using my tools, I'd probably get mad all day long, but I'm sure they got that part figured out. But I thought that was neat, and it was like a maker's convention kind of thing. I don't even know what to call it, but DeResta was really cool. I don't watch anymore. I don't actually watch my brother's channel very much either. I'll watch it if like his title catches my eye, and I'll be like, all right, I gotta see what he's talking about. What's my dream car vehicle? Again, 70 Chevelle's cool. I don't think it's my dream car. I mean, I got rid of it. And my current truck I love a lot. Yep. And then the last question is that he wants to know... Oh, where did I go? I messed up.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm the worst. Okay, show less, my bad. Lastly, everyone wants to know your social security number, your birthday, and your mother's maiden name and driver's license number. Perfect. Well, that starts out with when I studied at A&M, Ag.
How many rounds of chemo?
Yeah, we'll be doing 3 rounds. So I do a week of infusion, basically, and then 2 weeks of no infusion, and then that's a round, and we'll do 3 of those. We don't know about radiation or surgery yet. We're seeing if chemo is going to shrink this thing right now, and then we will get back to that. Yeah, we'll probably take some images, I would assume, another MRI or something. All right, here it is. Who voices Cooter? Are y'all ready? The answer to this question, who voices Cooter, is a secret. So, sorry.
Good game, though.
Yep, we're never telling that. There's no point in telling that. That's the magic of it. That's the same dude that said I'll post multiple questions. I appreciate you asking first. We haven't looked at these until like late this evening because it has been a full day. But yeah, appreciate you asking how you want us to phrase the questions. If you want to answer, or if you want to ask one question or ask multiple, you can just ask multiple every time. That worked great.
It was an easy decision in your life to Bernie.
With like working with Matt, already answered that.
Yeah.
So you want to tell your Bernie story? Moving back to Bernie? Okay, we can summarize it. Basically...
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was
This is awkward. It was an easy decision,
It was an easy decision, yeah. My job in Cove was the hardest part.
And
I loved my job.
And I did find my wallet. My wallet was in the brakes of the tractor. I went up and down the road like a mile there and a mile back to the creek many times with Ellie on the tractor. And I then thought that I lost... I plowed another garden and thought that I lost it in that garden while plowing. And I guess I might have, but I don't remember. And then, so I ran up and down that road multiple times searching for my wallet. Could not find it. I redug the garden, and then I retilled the garden, and then I redug the garden with the plow, and then I retilled the garden. Jackie made videos of me laughing at me the whole time because I was out there digging through the dirt. I remember I even got sick. Like I had like a cold or something, and I was still out there, and I was like sweating. I think I had a fever. But I would still, like, if I got a chance, I would go dig in that dirt with my hands until I was too tired to dig. And then I decided one day that I wanted to address the squeaking brakes on Squeaky Susie. And I took the wheel off, and out fell my wallet. And I was just like, all right. That was funny. That was a pretty good gag. All right, so... What kind of chemo did I get yesterday and having any side effects? So I think I explained that. Minimal side effects, the typical ones you'd expect. Not vomiting, but nauseated. And what type? It's called a TPF. It's 3 different chemicals. I don't know. But they call it a TPF, so you can look that up. Something with tax.
It's a taxane, a platinum, and then fluorouracil.
Yep. I was a corrections officer for exactly 2 years. It was at a male max security unit, and I loved it, and I talk about it all the time, and if you get me talking about it, I will not stop. Most embarrassing moment. I can't think of an answer for this. I thought all day long. Like,
between me and you?
We have a bunch of embarrassing stuff, but...
It says that you've had with each other, though. I don't know if we were ever really embarrassed.
A bunch of stuff.
In front of each other?
I mean, embarrassed in what degree? I mean, because we make fun of each other all day, every day.
Yeah, but have we ever been embarrassed in front of each other? I don't know. We're really hard, generally, to embarrass. Like,
I embarrassed you many, many times. All of our... Yeah, I don't have, like, one story. Like, I guess genuinely embarrassed, maybe not. I don't know.
I wasn't embarrassed with Mark.
The thing is too is like I always try to embarrass you. Like I always do dumb stuff in public, but I guess it might be to embarrass you, but she doesn't get embarrassed. She's like, that's my idiot husband. What's your favorite food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Steak and eggs, steak and eggs, steak and eggs. Meat and egg. Doesn't matter. Meat and eggs.
All right.
Boom. I thought you might answer a different answer.
Oh, I think most of these questions are for you.
Yep. Nobody loves you.
That's okay.
Well,
my cat loves
I'm just
me.
gonna eat my food while everybody watches this hour-long video.
My kitty cat loves me. He's right here. You show him.
What did I study in college? Ag. Women. Does your wife like shooting guns too? She said she did, and we had a lot of fun shooting guns. In fact, I proposed to her by putting her ring in a box of shotgun shells and surprised her. And she was like, I'm done shooting the shotgun. It hurts. And I'm like, no, you need to keep shooting it. She was like, no, I'll just shoot the 22s or this rifle or this pistol or whatever. And I was like, you need to keep shooting the shotgun until you get to that box of shells. And she's like, nope, I'm done. Like, you need to shoot those shells. She was like, fine, geez, you're being a jerk. She finally shot him and found the ring, and I proposed. But she doesn't like shooting guns anymore.
I mean, I like shooting, but like since I started working and had kids and stuff, there's like, 76 other things I'd rather do before I go out and shoot in my 10 seconds of free time. So
yeah. Who's a better shooter? We answered that with an I don't know. Probably Matt. Hopefully Matt or Dad. Have you and Matt ever had a bad fight? Yeah, that was him tickling me and me punching him in the face. Mom resolved it by sending me to timeout. What did you take at the university? Ag. We all grew up around San Antonio. She must love animals. She does. Yes, we have a little cat right here.
hang on, I'll show him again.
Oh, my Are you planning to grow your family?
Oh,
no, we have 2 babies and
He's
we're
so
done.
handsome. Oh, my little.
We don't like snow at all.
No, it's too cold.
Well, we like it when it snows, and then we like it when it goes away the next day. And in Texas, there's a great chance for that. All right. Oldest of siblings, Matt. Do I like spicy food? Yes, she does not.
I like it. I just can't handle it. It's just hot.
It depends
it's
on
hot.
It depends on what kind of spicy too, because if it's like what I like, which is already spicy food, and then like Mexican food, and you throw a bunch of black pepper and cayenne on it, I'll eat that up, and then throw jalapenos on it. Why not? Some habaneros? Yep. Why not? But if you put too many bell peppers in something or little weird spices like that, Jackie doesn't like it. She likes like when you can taste the main ingredients. Yeah? Yeah. So if you make a pasta...
I mean, like I said, I like spicy food. I just can't eat it. Like, I just can't...
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like my mouth is on fire for forever.
Yeah, well, and you also can't taste the main ingredients. I think that's a huge reason why you don't like even not spicy, but heavily spiced foods. You just don't like tasting the spices. You like tasting the food. I will eat anything, though. I love it. Hi, Ben Ballesteros. Difference in age, character, family. Matt, 2 years later, me. 5 years later, Allie. 5 years later, Drew. Did I graduate from A&M? Nope. Yeah. Where are you from originally, Jack? Here. San Anto. What did I study in school? I didn't study mechanics at all like I should have. But yeah, just a tinkerer. I read this one earlier. I'm glad that you were inspired by my AR-15 build. And yeah, you should totally do one. You said it inspired you to build one. Did you already do that? Or is that why you're asking to show the process? Because I can totally do that. I'll tear a gun down and rebuild it just for showing that footage, showing you that instructional stuff. Thank you for keeping me in your prayers. So there's really no meaning behind my tattoos other than I like machines. Best wishes and prayers from Germany. I think my people are evidently from Germany, so cool. Turkey Day holiday memory. I don't know. Favorite Turkey Day holiday memory. We used to go to grandparents' houses. That was so great all the time. I don't know. None of them were bad or better than the others.
I don't know if I have a particularly memorable.
Yeah.
Other than when
It's just always good because like you always get the family together. Like we get Floyd down here for just about every Thanksgiving and Christmas, which is awesome. And he comes and just eats, always dressed more sharp than anybody else there.
we should read out loud.
I can't read out loud, or I can't read. Hey Mark, I'd like to know how you motivate. See, that's how bad of a reader I am. You can read it. That's
How do
what
you
I thought.
motivate yourself to get things done while you have medical issues?
Okay. I was gonna read the rest of it too, but you also don't want to read them all out loud in case it's something offensive. I read them first and then I think about them. It takes forever.
Read the rest of that.
Cool.
That's
Okay.
That's nothing else is a question.
So basically, because I don't feel that bad, even
so far
pre-biopsy, I just felt like I had a stuffed up nose. So I don't feel that bad. So I was still doing work, and I would lift something heavy, and blood would pour out of my nose. I was like, that's concerning. I go wipe it up, and I get back to work, which is not good. But that's what told me something was wrong, and now I'm still doing things, not as many things, but I don't know. I just don't feel that bad. Even on chemo today, I feel the best right now that I have all day. So, anyways, I don't need to read the rest. Okay. Trusty, you get attention too. You get attention on every live stream too. I say you're my favorite subscriber. Just saying. Okay, so I am not the calmer of the two of me and Matt. I'm definitely the opposite of that. But when I'm on Matt's camera, I respect that it's his show, and I try to keep myself at bay, which is not easy to do. I talk twice as much as Matt.
Talk twice as much as most humans.
Was Creepy Cooter upset when you upgraded his Cooter Scooter to the monstrosity? Are you talking about the off-road mower monstrosity or the Barbie Jeep, which both of those are basically no longer functional, especially as RC. But Cooter was not upset. I am a mechanic, and I get an order, and I make a build, and then I send it to the customer, and evidently the customer was happy. Really appreciate you taking us on this journey. Longtime sub of Father's Channel. Me and my Father's
There's
Channel.
no question there.
Okay, thank you. Are we done? We're at the bottom almost. Okay, we have three more. We have three more.
There's not really any more questions.
Okay. One guy's asking us to get together and pass the camera around. That'd be pretty cool. Although Matt's like the big YouTuber, Dad's the middle YouTuber, and I'm the tiny YouTuber, and not really a YouTuber.
There's Drew.
There's Drew. Yeah, he's gonna be like, I gotta live stream tonight. I can't do it.
There's no question.
Sorry to hear about your wife and chemo. I feel ya.
I think that's it. That's it. That was a lot of questions. Maybe next time we should just pick 10 and answer those.
Live stream is what we should do.
Yeah, we should have live streamed this.
That would be awesome. Cool. So, thank you for your questions. I hope this was fun for y'all, and not too long, even though it was pretty long.
It's really long. Next time we'll live stream, and that will be a lot more
interactive and fun. Better.
And just better.
Yeah. And, yep. And then we'll have to put you on the spot to ask questions, too. Or we'll just change the topic, and you're not allowed to ask questions. Just kidding. I don't know. Every day brings something new. But, yep. So we will keep you posted. Tomorrow is Thankful Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So get out your thanking book, and we will we'll see you then.
Yeah.
It's late. We're going to bed.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.